everyone, welcome to the movie section show. My name is Fariva, and just a couple minutes ago, we just got the first trailer for The Boys Season 4, and I cannot tell you how hyped I am to see this upcoming season. Now, before I get right down to watching the first trailer, I do want to address the show itself and just the content. I know that I haven't actually been covering The Boys on this channel, and that's mostly because I've been slacking on it, but overall, I've actually been following The Boys pretty closely. I've been following since right before the season 2 premiere had started, and ever since then I've been quite a dedicated follower. I have seen season 3. I have seen the spin-off show Gen V that just aired, that just streamed about a couple months ago, and let me just say, I feel like The Boys is definitely one of the hottest shows out there, because of course, the whole, this whole twist on the superhero genre, and just seeing some really fascinating characters, whether it be Butcher, Homelander, of course. Homelander is always going to be the big character that everyone's going to be talking about, and of course, going into the upcoming season, there's going to be questions about kind of what's going to happen with him in terms of the public eye, and whether or not there's going to be any sort of accountability. I mean, Butcher, of course, we know what happened to him in season 3 and how there's a possibility that he could die. Then there's Huey, and the fact that they expanded the team by including Annie. I mean, there's definitely a lot of things going on into season 4, especially of course with everything that happened in Gen V and the developments from that. Are there going to be any connection from that? Are we going to have this virus storyline being integrated into season 4? How much an extent of that storyline is going to be impactful for season 4? And other things are going to happen, right? How much are we going to see Soulja Boy come back, right? I mean, Jensen Ackles is absolutely amazing playing Soulja Boy in season 3. Of course, we were hearing that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is going to be joining season 4 as well, although I don't believe his character has been disclosed yet, so maybe we might get, an actual first look at his character and maybe in confirmation of who he's playing. But yeah, I mean, I'm super excited, super stoked to season 4. I think after Gen V, there's definitely been a rejuvenated interest in the Boys universe right now. There's definitely a lot of questions about it. Again, as I said before, it's the hottest show right now. I think going into 2024, it's going to be one of the most highly anticipated shows that we're going to get. And that's on top of other shows we're going to get, like House of the Dragon. So yeah, I mean, I'm so stoked to see what we're going to get for season 4. It's been a while. I think we've been waiting about 2 years since, season 3 had dropped, and now we're finally getting season 4. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the first trailer for The Boys season 4.
Rome. Greece. All democracies fail. Because
okay, so this is the
people
election.
Are fucking stupid. But if you crush the masses, who builds your monuments? Who tongues your tea?
Okay.
The people will tear it apart themselves. You just gotta nudge them a little.
America's safe, oh my god. Make America safe.
Then you get to swoop in, be the one saving it.
Like Caesar.
Like Caesar.
Don't worry. If there's hell below,
oh, hell.
Who wants their balls crushed?
Your team. What's your code name again?
The Boys.
Oof. Who came up with that shit?
Oh, not again with this. Oh my, oh, he's smiling. Oh my god. Okay. That was the first trailer for The Boys season 4, and not too shabby. I mean, there isn't a lot going on, or at least there isn't too much we can tell from this trailer, of course. I mean, there are some things that we can already confirm are going to happen because of the developments that we've seen so far in previous episodes, whether it be coming from season 3 or Gen V. So yeah, overall, this trailer, I mean, pretty basic. I mean, nothing too shabby. I mean, I'm still excited to see season 4. And I would imagine this is just mostly a teaser. So, of course, there isn't a lot of too many revelations here and there in this trailer or in this teaser trailer. I would imagine that when we do get an official one, that there's going to be far more of a revelation as to where the story is going to go and what are some big developments that are going to happen. So, but overall, right? I mean, it's very clear where season 4 is going to be taking. We know that there's going to be this election angle that's going to happen in this season. I mean, this has been, implied for quite some time now. I mean, last season, we even saw Victoria Newman starting to kind of start the campaign for her to become a VP for, I can't remember the actual character's name. It may have been just Bobby Singer, because it's played by, Jim Beavers. So, who's from Supernatural, of course, and there's that whole Supernatural connection. So, we know for a fact that there's going to be an election night, setting, an election night, a timeline that we're going to see in this show as well, or at least it's going to be leading up to that. So that's going to be one thing that we know is going to happen. We see a couple of implications about the effects of the compound, the contemporary compound V that Butcher was using all throughout season 3 and how that's going to affect him. We know for a fact at the end of this, the actual season 3 finale that, because of how much he was consuming the compound V or the temporary compound V, that it's now basically, made it very fatal to a point where he could die at any point. So we know, or we're at least expecting that at some point this is going to be something that's going to be addressed. There's going to be questions, of course, about whether or not, this could mark kind of the end of the last few episodes for Billy Butcher. So we'll see if that's going to be the case. Again, we only saw tidbits of it here, so maybe the next trailer will go much deeper into this. It is very clear that he is recruiting someone, which we now know is played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I'm going to have to look more into his character because I don't know if they even implied what his character name is, but we do see him. We see a couple of snippets of him in this trailer or this teaser trailer here, and he seems to have quite an acquaintance with Billy Butcher. As to how they're connected or how they know each other, we don't know. I would assume that maybe, hopefully, we'll get more of that detail in the official trailer. But as of right now, it just seems as though that they are reacquainting with each other, that, he kind of needs him for something. I mean, he talks about the boys, but nothing more than that, right? So simple conversation that we see in this trailer. So that's one other thing. Of course, I think the big thing that really does stand out is the fact that there's going to be this cultural war, which is way too real right now because, of course, of how the current climate is when it comes to the political landscape and how there's quite a divide when it comes to just the opinions and philosophies that we've been seeing, whether it be political views or whatnot. And we see that here very clearly. It does seem as though there's going to be this emphasis between this cultural war between Starlight side and Homelander side. We see there's even one sequence that we see at the courthouse, or what appears to be a courthouse, how there's like two opposing groups kind of yelling at each other, and then we see Starlight and Homelander, and there's some sort of chaos that ensues. So we do see that that's going to be another big thing. Again, it's way too real. I mean, it's very too real in terms of the realities of what's going on in the real world. So it's kind of like, I don't know if I'm getting PTSD from just seeing that, but yeah, I mean, clearly there's going to be some references to that. They're going to definitely, I think in terms of season 4, it does seem as though there's going to be an emphasis on this, this difference, this conflict between the Starlight fans versus the Homelander fans. So that's going to be very clear right there. I think the big question, of course, is going to be more so about the 7, of course. We do see one character who seems to be joining the 7. So this basically kind of clarifies a little bit about, what happened in Gen V and whether or not characters like Sam and Kate were going to be recruited into the 7. It seems as though that's not going to be the case now, having seen this trailer. So at least that's been resolved. We know for a fact that Sam and Kate are not going to be joining the 7, or at least not as of now. Who knows, maybe that could change in the near future, but we did not see any Gen V characters here, of course. So again, we don't know how involved they're going to be or whether or not they're going to show up at any point. But we do know that there is a connection between the two shows. But we do see a character popping up, kind of getting really cheery on the stage. seeming as so that she's probably having some sort of welcome party or something like that. So it seems as though like she is joining the Seven, or she's one of the 2 people joining the Seven. We don't know who the 7th person is as of yet, so not sure about that. One of the interesting part was that there is one scene where we see A-Train and Deep with Black Noir, and we know what happened to Black Noir last season where Homelander killed Black Noir. So it's a matter of whether, it's someone else who happens to have similar Black Noir abilities, or they have a stand-in for someone who perceives to look like Black Noir. Because if we recall, what happened is that the way that they spin the story is that he's now on a secret mission, so that's why he's been missing for so long. And I would assume that, they brought at least a image or some personnel of Black Noir to kind of keep up the appearances, to not shade any sort of suspicion as to what really happened to Black Noir, which of course we as audiences know what happened to him, but not the actual other people in the world. So, very interesting bit right there. There's a lot of things that this teaser trailer does touch upon, and it's basically giving us confirmation of what plot points are going to be covered, as well as what are going to be some subplots. We don't see a lot of Huey, of course. Again, we see far more of Starlight having it seems as though, just having seen this teaser trailer, Starlight might actually have a much bigger role than Huey this time around, because of the fact, again, of all this whole cultural war situation that we see being very emphasized in this teaser trailer. So I would imagine that, that's going to be something that we're probably going to see in this whole season. But yeah, I think overall this teaser trailer, even though it doesn't go too deep or doesn't give too much details or confirmation as to what the actual season, what's going to happen in season 4, as well as what to really expect, we do get this idea of what the subplots are probably going to be, what's going to be the main plot. Of course, there was one scene where Homelander is with his son Ryan, and we know what happened in season 3 finale, so that's probably going to be a continued part of the story, and seeing how Homelander connects with his son, and how does that affect Ryan. And again, we know what's happening, because of what happened in season 2 finale. It's like, the last thing that Beck ever wanted was her son to ever become like Homelander, and now we're just seeing this tragedy of him actually becoming like Homelander. I mean, whether or not this is him, doing it purposefully, or if there's some sort of twist to it, I don't know. That's probably gonna be something that we're gonna see in season 4, if there's any sort of redemption, or if this is much more of a ploy by Ryan. I have no idea about that, but that's some of the things that we have to keep an eye on, right? So, but yeah, I think overall, not too shabby teaser trailer. Again, doesn't really give too much away to the point where we can really discuss a lot of the big elements. We got a couple of ideas of where the subplots as well as plots are going to go in terms of season 4, as well as the fact that we actually get a first look of Jeffrey Dean Morgan, although I do have questions about who his character is really. I mean, we see him, but how is he significant, right? So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about the Boys teaser trailer right here. Hopefully when we do get the actual official trailer, there's be a lot more stuff to really discuss. Regardless of that, I'm excited for season 4. I cannot wait for it to come out. I hope it does come out very soon. It's supposed to be coming out sometime 2024. We still did not get the date yet based upon this teaser trailer, but hopefully we'll get more of an official idea. So that's all I have to say about the teaser trailer for The Boys season 4. What are your thoughts, having now seen some of the glimpse of what to expect for season 4? What do you think is going to happen? What are some of your theories going into season 4, right? Are we going to have the virus story from back in Gen V be very incorporated into season 4, or are they going to be holding that off a little bit? What are some expectations going to the election night stories? Like, what's going to happen with Victoria Newman? Are we going to see her, like how much of a presence she's going to have in this season? What are some things that you're excited to see, having now seen kind of some of the storylines that they're going to be playing around for this upcoming season? What do you think is going to happen between Ryan and Homelander? Like, where's that relationship going to go? Do we expect, for the fact that, having, because of the revelation back in the season 3 finale, like, is this going to be the last season that we're going to see of Billy Butcher, or is there something that could really save him? who is Jeffrey Dean Morgan actually playing? We see him here, of course, as that supernatural connection with, you know, the boy's creator right there, but who is he playing? Why is he significant? Like, I mean, we would like to learn more about him. And let me know if there's any other, you know, things, observations I may have missed in this trailer that you want to talk about. Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe.